Good morning. It is a gorgeous spring morning where I'm at. It's just beautiful. It's mind-blowing. Do you ever wake up some mornings and it's so perfect outside and just everything is just perfect and you're like, I live here. Some days I have that and I love that I do that because I'm not always, this is very shaky for you guys. Sorry about that. I don't feel like I'm always the most positive person. I would like to be more positive, but I don't think I am the most positive person. Hi, how are you guys? What's going on in your neck of the woods? I am headed into work. I had a planned power outage Monday and Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. And so our power company sent me a letter about a week ago that they were upgrading equipment or installing equipment in our neighborhood. And I live in an established neighborhood. So, yay for upgrades, because last year, I think it was last winter, it may have been the winter before, I'm not kidding you guys, we had power outages every month. It seemed like. And then there was that time that we had that horrific storm. I mean, I know it happens with storms, but we had that horrific storm and we were without power for 3 days in very cold 14-degree weather. And John's truck actually powered our heater and our internet and lights and fridge for 3 days. His Ford truck. So that was when we're okay, the truck's paying for itself right here. So anyway, I normally work from home, as I've shared with you guys before. And due to the power outage, I needed to work in an office. So I'm actually headed downtown Portland. Come on, truck. And for an office. So I feel kind of out of sorts because I typically work from home. My desk is right there. So anyway, that's where I'm headed to today. And it's supposed to be, I like giving you the weather report. It's supposed to be, I think 78 degrees today. But only today. And then starting tomorrow, we're supposed to have it's rain all week. And then they're calling for really weird storms tomorrow. Okay, so typically in the Pacific Northwest, we don't get thunderstorms. Occasionally we'll have a roll of thunder here and there, but typically thunderstorms don't happen. We'll get heavy rain, we'll get wind, we'll get ice, some snow, some hail, but never really thunder. And they're actually calling for thunderstorms tomorrow because it is supposed to be warmer tomorrow with this front system moving in. And they're actually calling, I just saw it on my phone, they're actually calling for tornadoes. I'm like, what in the world? So anyway, that'll be fun. I don't know if you know this about me. You probably don't. I don't think I've ever shared it. I love weather. I love weather. In my next life, I would love to be a meteorologist. I would love to study weather. I think it's just so fun. And I actually used to have my own personal weather station that I just hooked up, or John actually hooked it up in the backyard, and it would Bluetooth to my phone. And I had it, I think we moved with it, and anyway, it just never was the same. And I actually want to get another one. And there's a guy that I follow on YouTube outside of Seattle who actually, I will put his channel's name up on the screen. And I don't know a ton about him, but he'll do weather all the way up and down the West Coast. He's up in Seattle, based out of Seattle, which I'm like 3 hours from Seattle. And then he'll report for like Oregon and then like even into California. So like when we have crazy storms, he's just on it. I like this guy. I'll put his channel up. If you like weather and you're curious about weather patterns here in the Pacific Northwest, he's fun to watch. I don't know him at all. I just actually kind of happened to come across his channel one day. So okay, this is just definitely not the best angle of me. I apologize, guys, but in the car. So anyway, the real reason I'm on here is I wanted to connect with you guys, but also I wanted to tell you what happened this past weekend. Me and John went camping. Yay, us. It had been so long. So excited to be back in the saddle again with camping. And I will have a video out on that camping trip this coming Saturday. I found something in the trailer. Sorry about that. I am back with you. Okay, I want to tell you what happened. Me and John were camping this weekend, and you know me, every time we are done camping, I clean my trailer, strip the beds normally, sweep my floors, wipe everything down. I like to have it ready, right? You never know when you're going to go out again, or we never know when we're going to actually show our trailer, like if Casita has somebody that contacts us. So I'm like taking the pillows off, and I look down at the pillow, and there's mold on the pillow that was up against the wall. And where our heads are below the emergency exit window. And now if you watched my video, we recently washed our trailer, and I went in and I felt around the max fan, all the windows, the door frame, to make sure like everything felt dry, right? And remember, we were good. Nothing felt dry, or everything felt dry to me. Then we had like a wall of rain for like a solid week. And, we took it camping. We had some dry days. We took it camping. Well, I take the pillows out. John's doing something with the truck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's mold on the pillows. And this area feels damp below the window. So imagine here is the window. This area, about this much space, was where I was feeling it be damp. Now, I'm not talking wring it out wet. I'm just talking about somebody took a damp cloth and left it there, and now that carpet felt damp. I videoed this. I don't know. I have not started editing my video yet. I'm planning on doing that tonight and into tomorrow. So I don't know how well I filmed it, because I am not kidding you. John went in there like a crazy guy and started ripping the mattress away from the wall, feeling all around. He found the spot that feels wet. The mattress was damp. There's no mold on the mattress. So that's good, because it's a new mattress, and that's good. And so I was like, what do you think it is? And he's like, I don't know. I need to get on the roof. I don't know if it's like a rivet. I don't know what it could be.
All right, how's it going? So after our last camping trip, or as we were packing up from our last camping trip, we noticed that we had some dampness in the trailer. And it was under kind of the corner of the driver's corner of the bed, all the way back to against the back wall. And so it was way more damp than it should have been, or than we thought it was going to be. And we moved everything away from the wall. I don't know if it's really leaking, or if we also just washed our trailer, and so maybe we were getting some water up from like underneath the window or something. Maybe there's venting there on the window, but regardless, there's water that was in the trailer, or at least dampness. So today, earlier, this is a rare sunny day here in Portland. You know, some good sun and heat. I think it's like mid 70s today. So I went over there and I opened up the max fan just to help draw some of that moisture out, or at least hope it drew some of it out. It also wasn't very damp anymore. There was this one section that kind of felt like it might be damp, but it was like so close that I wasn't sure if it was my imagination or if it was really damp. So anyway, we'll go back and check it out. I'll take a video again. I'll see if it's dry. I also checked inside some of the storage areas just to make sure that, because I was thinking today, what if we got a leak from our water heater or one of the pipes down there, but that all seemed to be dry. So yeah, we'll check it out. Don't know if there was a real issue or if it was our fault or what, but we'll check it out. Okay, here we are at the trailer. Let me get the key out because I forgot the key, of course. All right, here we are at the old trailer. We'll see how this all plays out. You guys will see how messy it is maybe from how we cleared out after the... So that's our bed. I mean, we always leave the fridge cracked, but that's our bed. Mattress moved over. This other kind of mattress thing under on top of it. Normally that's just a pad that's on the ground. So I'm gonna... This is where I had the max fan open, so I'll close that all the way. It's nice and closed. And then I'm gonna go search that wall. I'm gonna put this here and see if you can, whoa, hold on. Let's see if we can get this to where you guys will be able to see. So I'm gonna go check it out. Right up there is where the area was at, that corner. So I'm gonna go check that corner and see what it's like right now. All right, it looks like it's dry. Feels dry. So I'm gonna get out of here. It is warm in here, but I'm getting out. Oh shoot, I left my keys in, of course. See how forgetful. So one thing I'll also say is give me some grace. Obviously, I'm not the normal filmer. There's the girl right there, my truck. Normally, I'm not the normal person filming this stuff, so if the camera shakes around a lot or too much, probably my fault. All right, well, trailer appears to be dry. It's gonna rain the rest of the week after today, so it'll give me a good way to check it. I'll check it again on, you know, Thursday or Friday. Today's Tuesday, and just kind of see if, if it gets damp there again. See if it's just, you know, again, something we did or not a real concern, or, you know, if there's something else going on. So we'll check that out. I'll definitely report back whenever I can. Also, this week's been a little weird for us because we've had the power out 2 days in a row for the electric company to do some work in this area. So, you know, it's out during the day and then on at night. So today I went and bought some groceries, put them in our fridge at work so we'd be able to have you know, something for dinner tonight. And Kari had to, she works from home oftentimes, and so she ended up having to go into work because we had no power. So she had to commute yesterday and today. So I figured that probably the least I could do is take a cooking day on, because for me, my commute's very close. I don't really commute hardly at all. We live in the same town I work in. It's not like it's across town or nothing. I mean, I have a really easy commute. And Kari, when she has to go into work, oftentimes she has to go into downtown and cross bridges and all that kind of fun stuff, and definitely a lot more challenging than what I got to do. And I used to commute years ago. We lived in Stockton, and I worked in San Jose. If anybody knows the geography of that area, you kind of know what it's like. But I would go into work. I'd try to get to work by 7 a.m. So I would leave home by about 5:30, and it would take me about an hour and a half to get to work. And then on the way home, it would take me, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours to get home, because traffic would be a little bit more challenging. So anyway, for me, I've told Kari I'll probably have to commute at some point in my life again, but I am loving currently not having to do that too much. Just, I guess, fun fact. When I was commuting, it didn't necessarily bother me because I got used to it. I think, as humans, we just get used to what we're doing. But now that I'm not commuting, I also really, really appreciate and like that time of not commuting. So we'll hope that kind of stays there. And then you can see all my dog's nose prints on the wall or on the window here. It looks like I'm looking at that in the camera. That's pretty, I will say, just normal. I wish I could say pretty disgusting, but we just went on a camping trip with the dogs. That's probably normal after we go on a camping trip with the dogs, or after I go to the store with the dogs, or any of that kind of stuff. So
woohoo! My power is back on. I just got a notification. I am so excited, and perfect timing. It's my lunch break. So I'm actually driving home. Hate driving through downtown, so I'm not looking at the camera. I'm definitely focused ahead. Okay, so John was able to pop over to the trailer. He got the max fan up. So we don't really know what it was. We don't know if it was condensation or if it was a true leak. I guess we're gonna find out because we have some crazy rain, I guess, coming this week again. So we'll check it again. And John's like, it's just this one spot. So I can't figure it out because, sorry, I cannot keep this camera straight. I guess we'll figure it out because there's no rivet in that area. It is, from what I can see, below the belly band of the trailer. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like if it is condensation, it makes sense, right? Like, we've had so much rain and wetness, like the condensation makes sense. But I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm going to stay in this lane. I don't really know what to think about it. We didn't have this issue at all last winter. And the only thing I can think is it's the bed against that wall area that there's just not enough gap. I just really don't want it to be a leak. I really don't want it to be a leak. I mean, obviously nobody wants a leak in their trailer, but like, this is the reason we bought a fiberglass trailer. And I get they're not, totally immune to leaks. I know that some do leak, but gosh dang it, this thing is only just over a year old, like a year and a half. So anyway, I'm talking about it like it's my child. I wanted just to kind of share with you guys what we saw, what we found. I get a lot of people reaching out to me asking questions, and they're interested in buying a new Casita. So I'm happy to bring you along my whole journey. And as we find out more, obviously I'll keep you updated. I know that we're going to keep the Max fan open through, I think we're going to go like after dinner and close it. But John like walked in there, and you know how like when you walk in a room or you walk in a really small space, because remember the Casita isn't big, you walk in a really small space and you can like feel when it just feels damp. John's like, it just felt dry in there, like it didn't feel damp. And I've had like that stuffy feeling in there before when it's been shut up for a long time, but I've never, yeah, this is the first. So all right guys, that is what happened, and we're hoping it's nothing major. And yeah, make sure that you got to get past this ambulance. Make sure that you tune in on Saturday. I'll have the video out, and you can see our camping trip and where we went. It was just absolutely freaking gorgeous, so beautiful. And the weather was like okay. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't, at least it didn't rain. I feel like all we've gotten is rain. So anyway, yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, I am sending you peace and love from downtown Portland, making my way home back over the hill. And I will catch you on the next video. Peace out.